When, hello, welcome to Siebel Knife and I don't do that
Wow,
intro
I can't
anymore.
believe you did that.
I kind of screwed
That's
up.
embarrassing.
Uh, Hello, welcome to Siebel Studios. My name is Siebel, and we have the Eckbergler today.
What's up, everybody?
And um, last week I had Josh host the episode because I wanted to see how badly he was screwed up. He didn't. He did a better job than I did. Tell us about that little experience.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun to host the Siebel Studios, not Siebel Knife and Sword.
Yeah.
Um, ha 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 ha.
Ha.
It was a good time. It was fun to talk about the different things, and he kind of didn't really warn me. He just told me like in the moment. He was like, "Okay, you're gonna host. 1, 2, 3, go." So we made do, and we made it happen. So Justin, he's always trying to keep you on your toes. On your toes. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Yep. Anyway, um, current projects before we talk about what I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, I have no idea what we're about to talk about. Justin's gonna, Siebel's going to jump it on me and not tell me what it is until we're doing it. So it'll be fun. Um,
That's
Projects,
basically
you go first.
how everything we do together is about.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway,
That is.
uh, dude, current project. I'm upgrading my. Well, technically, I'm not upgrading to a new anvil. I'm adding up to my old anvil because there is this genius on YouTube that also has a railroad track anvil, which I'll share a picture of the anvil currently at its state right here. And the problem with railroad track anvils, they don't have a hardy hole. Do you know what a hardy hole is?
No, it sounds pretty hearty. It sounds pretty holy, but I don't know.
If you look at a normal Italian anvil or just any anvil in particular, it's that square hole in the anvil, the face of the anvil. And
Interesting.
for some stupid reasons, they also put it on the horn, which uh, people stop putting your hardy holes on the horn of the anvil.
Yeah. Stop it.
It's very annoying trying to put that thing together.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even. I'll have to look it up and see a photo of what all that is. I've never seen one before, so.
Anyway, um, so yeah, uh, here's the trick. Okay,
Tell me the trick. Tell us the trick.
a square tube, and a
Yeah.
railroad spike without its head.
What's the purpose of a hardy hole?
The hardy hole is where you put all uh, the main tool that people use for the hardy hole is the cutoff tools, and what I'm using it for is for my spring switches.
So how do you use it? You stick a piece of metal in it and bend it or something? Or it holds it?
It holds a small tool thing.
Gotcha.
It's
Nothing bends.
You'll probably have to look up an anvil and look at the square hole and see what it does
Yeah, that
in
makes
order
sense.
to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Yeah.
so all I need to do is buy a welder and some square tubing that would fit a railroad spike without its head, weld a tool on the railroad spike, and I could actually use the tool without spending hundreds of dollars to buy a anvil.
Yeah, honestly, you're living proof that you don't need to have $1 million or be really rich to be able to do blacksmithing. You just gotta get started.
You, all you need is some kind of uh, hardened
40.
stuff. Like, for example, even though I don't recommend getting one of these, Harbor Freight sells these cast iron anvils. I mean, they're great
Oh
for
yeah,
small stuff, but those things don't last. And
yeah.
every single time you get too many dents in it, uh, what Harbor Freight does, uh, they don't even weld on a tool steel base. It's all wrought iron, and that kind of
Interesting.
bothers me. So if
Yeah, me too.
if in any doubt, you can just go on Facebook Marketplace or Etsy to get a cheap uh, railroad track anvil uh, with a milled
Where did you
off
get yours?
face. What?
Where did you get yours?
I got mine off of Etsy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's this.
I mean, great.
I mean, yeah, there's this guy that's selling railroad track anvils with a milled off face. If you keep the face as it is, you put dents and scratches where you don't want dents and scratches.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the part of the topic that I wanted to get into. Uh, Small problems,
Dents and scratches.
dents and scratches.
Talk about it.
Because, okay, if
Well, I guess I
you
haven't been talking about my. I haven't said anything about my projects yet. Technically,
technically, yeah,
should I wait?
yes.
Eh,
Anyway, um, if you keep the anvil face as it once you just get it, uh, it's sort of rounded. So you have to mill that off somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough of that. Josh, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. Well. Just finished a major project for my life in general, and it wasn't necessarily like a project that I was physically doing, but it was a. I'm finished reading the Bible in 100 days,
Hmm.
and it was a really cool, life changing experience. And if any other viewers are ever thinking about doing that, it's very much worth it. There's a lot of really cool things if you look at God's plan throughout the generations, and it's a really cool thing. Definitely made me more focused of a person. And last week I got rid of social media on my phone, and I'm just starting to focus on just doing social media on my computer because I'm less likely to doom scroll and scroll way too much, and that's been better for me. So
That's pretty
I'm
nice.
gonna try to yeah. So working on I'm gonna do another bookshelf for somebody as a memorial project for their family member here coming up, and um, I'm gonna continuing to work on a barn, but I got to get a new I'm continuing to work on a barnwood table, but I'm planing it down to make it look like new wood, like really good quality wood because it's actually great wood. But I broke my joiner,
Oh
and
no.
I know, so I'm a
Oh.
little bit and joiners aren't not cheap, and so the wood was so hard that it kind of it made it made the gears slip on the joiner. So I don't know if I need a new belt. Maybe the motor seems to work, but it slips and it doesn't have any power behind it. So it's very possible it needs a new belt drive. So I might be able to fix that as I'm thinking through it. I think that's the issue. But I mean, you can to get a decent one. I mean, $300 to $600 easily, and if you want a really good one, you're talking thousands.
Oh, oh,
So I got for free.
man. I don't know if you guys notice, but joiners are pretty expensive and very handy tools to have. They
Yes,
put a flat face on the edge of the material.
yeah, and it allows you everything. It's kind of the base for everything you do if you really want good work. Like you can have you can do with just a planer. Like a joiner is not a requirement because you can make do. But if you want your work to be really precise and really square and really well done, a joiner's really good investment to make if you're trying to make it to the next level in your woodworking.
Especially when you want to hopefully one day sell some stuff professionally. Otherwise, you have
Yeah,
to dock some dollars.
yeah. To find stuff that's already milled together for you and flat. Yeah. I'm honestly though some of my first projects I didn't use a joiner with. And my plans and my quality were just not nearly what I can do now. Now I can do high end furniture when before I really couldn't do anything super high end.
Yeah, and
So
also, uh, I mean, I use a joiner throughout my high school age. Uh, oh my gosh, I sound like an old man now?
you are so.
Oh, yeah. Um, hmm. Okay, that kind of hurt. uh, anyway, um, and well, from what I've been using, when I used a joiner, it was mostly so I could just have a flat surface to use the table saw because
Yep.
uh, a lot of material don't come with factory edges like the wood that I buy, uh, which I don't know if you know this, Josh. Uh, Amazon just uh, you can
They
find
sell
like
wood.
everything with a little bit more money through Amazon. They have more
It's
than
crazy.
one.
There.
They have more than one factory edges. You have two whole factory edges because
Oh,
I'm like
yeah.
super rich and I could afford that.
Yeah, when you buy it where it's joined at two edges or even all four edges, you're basically paying a ton of money because it's some of the most difficult parts about woodworking and the most time consuming, other than sanding, is joining and planing the product and getting it flat and straight because it affects everything you do. So like the better quality of wood you get, the better your product's gonna come out. And so like
Mhm.
yeah, again, like if you get a planer or a joiner, it's gonna allow you to be able to make way better products and be more precise and customize things even more than you would otherwise.
Especially from my point of profession as a blacksmith, if you ever want anything uh, with a that can hold up to the abuse that whatever you're using for your wooden handles and whatnot, uh, a joiner would be very good for flattening off your edges, uh, Otherwise, you would be cutting both sides of the material, and you'll have to use hardwood, and that just messes up the joiner. As
Well,
far
if you got
as far as
one
I
with the,
understand,
I mean, as long as you have a sharp blade on a decently horse-powered motor, then you should be fine. I mean, the joiner I use right now is probably 70 years old, 60 years old.
yikes.
Probably made in the 50s and 60s, so a little bit after World War II. It's a Shopsmith one, so Shopsmith is a company that they decided to make tools, pretty well created shop tools for the average guy, that is doing work out of their garage. And so they created this system where everything's modular, where it's run on only a couple motors, but you can have a table saw, a joiner, a planer, a drill press, a ton of different tools all in one little section that's about 4 foot by 3 feet, 4 or 5 feet long and about 3 feet wide. It allows you to be able to fit like some of the most major shop tools in just a small period of time. And if I'm being honest, none of them are particularly impressively good. Like none of their tools are like none of the attachments to the whole Shopsmith tool are great, but all of them are better than average, and it's very modular and compact, and it's great um, if you have like a smaller place to work in and you just don't have a lot of space. And so I have it because like I was given two of the tools, two of the attachments for free, but they're very, very old, probably made in the 60s.
Hmm. And
Which
they
in
still
perspective, not that for a tool, for a power tool, that's pretty old.
do they still make replacement parts for it, or do you have to make a few parts once it's all done?
Um, they Shopsmith, I don't think does make any more parts, but you can find them online. Like, problem is, and why I think I'm eventually going to move away from them, and I'm going to think about getting a DeWalt planer and maybe even a rigid joiner, a bigger size, or maybe Grizzly if I'm lucky. If I get a bigger shop, then the reason why I would go to those is because their blades are readily accessible and very affordable. Right now, I think to buy one blade out of the three blades that you have on the joiner for the Shopsmith, which they're high quality blades, like very good. They don't
Oh
get dull
yeah,
very easily.
I mean,
Uh, they're probably $100 a piece,
yikes.
but theoretically, I could get them milled up at a machine shop. They could make me some blades and cut them really well, some really high quality metal, and it would probably be about the same price. So,
Yeah. When it comes to tools and stuff, I just go straight to Vivor. Uh, but DeWalt, it's more it's more available outside of the internet because
super.
Vivor is still a little bit new. I actually bought a in uh, what the heck? I bought a one of those oh, what are they called? Uh, Lathes uh, for very not expensive.
How much did you get it for?
160.
A lathe for 160?
Look it up.
What'd you call it, and how do you spell it?
Oh,
If you can remember, that's okay. If you can't remember,
let me go on Amazon because I have to go there either way.
oh, they sell them on Amazon.
Yep.
Interesting. So they're affiliated with Amazon somehow. Beaver, Beaver.
Okay. Beaver tools.
Also, I'm doing my first interview on. I'm going to start doing my first interview on At the Table this next week. I'm going to interview a guy named Josh. It's funny. We've got the same exact first and middle name. Joshua's got a really cool story, and he loves the Lord. He's really passionate about Christ. He works at the church with me, and he works in the janitorial section of the church. So he takes care of the building, makes it look nice, keeps it super clean, and takes a lot of pride in what he does. And he does a really good job. And so I'm going to be interviewing him this next week and getting his perspective on relationship and the value of sitting at the table with others. And so I'm excited about hearing from him and interviewing him. So he'll have a lot of good things to say. So
Okay.
that's fun.
Found it.
You found it? All right, tell us.
It's a 14 by 40 VVOR, VEVOR lathe for. They have two prices for it. One with the tools that is 175, and one without tools worth $156.
Wow. So VEVOR.
Hold
It's
up.
Weaver.
VEVOR.
Okay. Oh, I found it.
You found
You
it.
can literally look. Yeah, you can look up. Oh, they sell some big tools too. Holy cow!
Yep. See
So
why
you
I've
got the
been trying
Beaver
to
with
get you to buy some of these stuff? You see why
they
we're
make.
the number one company that Siebel, the old Siebel knife and sword. I've got to name it something else now because I no longer do just knives and swords.
Wow. They
So
make some really nice metal lathes. Holy cow!
yeah,
It
but
looks
they're
like they're
like
definitely.
$600. I mean, I don't need a metal lathe at all yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Eventually, you might get one, but for
yeah,
now,
eventually, yeah. Because
this is so cool.
for what I understand from a friend of mine, he uses his lathe, uh, sticks a square bar of Damascus steel, uh, and twisted Damascus steel, which is his favorite kind of Damascus steel. I just use some what's it called, ladder Damascus steel,
Yeah.
which if you ever try to make Damascus steel without any high end power tools, you're just like me and you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I gotta do my forge welds by hand.
They Viver makes a ton of stuff.
Yes.
They make everything from office supplies, painting, plumbing, restaurant and food service, safety, security, welding, electrical, automotive, sports and recreation, meat choppers and grinders. Yeah, they're pretty much a catch-all for a ton of stuff.
See what I've
12
been
month
trying to
warranty,
tell you, Josh? They're
affordable,
amazing.
reliable home improvement. So it's really built for like your average person who wants to have lots of tools to do a lot of things themselves, but doesn't want to break the bank creating everything.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I mean, there's a good market for that. A lot of people really need that because right now we have a lot of people in our world that don't know how to fix things, don't know how to make things, and so there's a lot of a shortage of skilled trades workers. And uh, you know, people are saying this right now that jobs are going to be on the rise for skilled trades, and it's a good time to get into the trades, especially things like woodworking and metalworking and things like that, welding, because there'll be a lot of need for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Josh,
good for
I don't know
us.
how many times that I had to tell people that they're wasting their time and money on DeWalt tools because DeWalt tools are not that cheap.
That is true.
But I have to. admit I may have to get a DeWalt chop saw. I mean, not a chop saw, a miter saw one day,
Yeah.
because one, Vivor doesn't sell any of those.
Really?
Yep, they make everything else that is hard to get, but they don't make the one tool that I am in desperate need of.
Yeah,
I
the
may just go to Harbor Freight to get that to get one of those.
Hercules. Hercules is a pretty affordable brand.
What?
Pretty reasonable. Um, um, Hercules is a pretty affordable brand at Harbor Freight. That's pretty decent.
Uh, I don't know about Hercules, because last time I heard touched one of those things, I bought an angle grinder from them.
Oh,
Oh man, uh,
not good.
it caught on fire.
No way.
I, I
Did you get the warranty?
it, okay. What I was trying to cut, you know, high carbon steel stuff is a lot harder to cut with anything now these days. An angle grinder is all I use to cut things. And people are gonna kill me when I say this. I had to cut coca wood uh, with my angle grinder.
Oh my
Oh
gosh. No
man.
wonder it caught on fire, you silly goose.
No, I was using a Ryobi angle grinder when I
Oh,
cut.
yeah.
And uh, be mindful, people. I'm not that smart. Neither me and Josh are not that smart when it comes to doing stuff. I mean,
You know, that was the most
this
broad
guy
thing
ate a
I've ever heard.
live fish.
That
Um,
that's yeah, I can't
and
complain with that. You're
and I just cut wood with an angle grinder with
and
a.
that is pretty silly.
I
I mean,
had
shaving it
no
and
other
sanding it,
choice.
yeah.
Angle
Shaving it and
grinder
sanding,
was a bad idea, but whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Now I have the tools that I can actually make wooden handles a little bit better.
Speaking of which, I need to finish your Coca Cola. I need to, so that you don't hurt yourself and cut the Coca Cola with your tools. I'll use my table saw. I got to cut that Coca Cola for you and bring it back to you. So,
Which puts in questions that we need to talk about right after the show.
sounds good.
All right.
Well, I think that's pretty good. I think we hit a pretty good amount of things. So if you guys have
Yep.
anything else you want us to talk about, leave in the comments section. Um, and we would love to talk about any of those topics. Any questions about metalworking, woodworking, about us, we'd love to answer those questions.
But keep in mind, since the holidays are coming up, I think me and Josh are going to take a 2 week break uh, up until Christmas break, and then another 2 weeks, because I will probably be editing this episode during Thanksgiving break.
Good deal.
And let's see what else. I think that's it. So
Wonderful.
outro,
Do that thing.
do that thing. Thank you everyone for listening. What is going on today? Uh,
I don't know what's going on with you. Stuff and things, as you say.
yep, I do say
Stuff
that
and
a
things.
lot. Anyway, again, I'm probably gonna take that out in this. 3, 2, 1. Thank you all for listening. If you want us to talk about anything, that just leave a comment. Anything. It doesn't even have to be metal or woodworking. Uh, Just,
Anything, people. We'll talk
just,
about anything.
just, no, shut up, Josh.
Just
Uh,
leave a comment.
leave a
Subscribe and don't
comment.
forget to hit the bell notification number.
Okay,
I'm sorry
I'm gonna
about that
put
one.
that on there. Goodbye.